here. I hope you are all doing well. And Sheila, thank you. She says, hello, Diana. Good to see you. I hope you and Piper are doing well. We hope you are doing well. We are continuing to send you healing. And so we're just going to hold you in perfect health. Vivian says, hello, Diana, and a happy Groundhog Day, everyone. Well, yes, I forgot it is Groundhog Day. And the sun is shining where I am. It wasn't this morning, so I don't know if the groundhog saw his shadow or not. Somebody will have to tell us. And Juliet says, hello and happy Friday, everyone. Yay, it's Friday. And Sandra says, hello from Frankfurt, Germany. So we have Amsterdam, we have the US. I know we have Ohio. Vivian, I'm not sure where you're from. Sheila's from Amsterdam, and Sandra, excuse me, I'm not sure which, but it's an A, so I'm going to say Sandra is from Frankfurt, Germany. This is exciting. I love to know where you're all from. And Sheila says, Vivian, what is it going to be, a long winter or early spring? And Judy says, hi from London. All right. And Vivian says, Montreal. So we're from all over the world. That is so exciting to me. That really is. And there she is. She wants more treats. And she's saying she didn't get enough this morning. She'll get back in her bed in a minute. Juliet said, word is we will not have 6 more weeks of winter. However, according to Facebook, Phil's ex-wife says Phil is a pathological liar. Phil being the groundhog that if he sees, the groundhog sees his shadow. Phil is the groundhog that if he sees his shadow, or I may have this backwards, or doesn't see a shadow, depends upon how much spring we're going to have or winter. And forgive me, I forget. I don't remember if he sees his shadow or doesn't. Well, hello there, Jacaranda. So good to see you. She's from Mexico. And Sheila's laughing about the groundhog. So haven't seen you for a while, Jacaranda. So good to see you. So glad you're back with us. And it's always so good. It's so exciting for me to see those of you who are able to come live, because that gives me the energy to do this. And I know not everybody is able to. And those of you who are on a completely different time zone, Amsterdam, I think, 5 hours ahead of us, and Germany's about the same. I always remember Ireland because I've been there, in Scotland so many times. Yes, Jacaranda, so good to see you live. Thank you. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the difference between twin flames, soulmates, and soul families. And Sandra says in Germany it's 7 p.m. now, so that's not too bad. It's 1 o'clock here in Ohio, where I am. I'm on Eastern time, which is New York time, Pennsylvania time. It's the East Coast time. And Ohio is, I think, the last state. Ohio is kind of like, is it the Midwest? It doesn't know. It's not really the Midwest, but it is, but it's Eastern time, so who knows what we are. We haven't figured it out. I just know I'm all excited because the sun is out. Uh-oh, I spoke too quickly. The sun went away. Anyway, it came out for 5 minutes. That's Ohio. In addition to what Phillip says about twin flames, soulmates, and soul families, we will get a message from one of my books, The Master's Book of Answers by Phillip. And this book is just an oracle book. It's not one you sit down and read from cover to cover like some of my others. But this particular book is, you're just going to get different messages. And I use this daily. When I sit down in the morning and journal, I always ask Phillip for a message. Sometimes I also use it before I go to sleep at night. And I will tell you, I listen to those messages that he gives me, and I follow them throughout the day. Like today was First Be a Friend. So I called up a friend who is not feeling well and said, would you like a visit this afternoon? Or if you're feeling up to it, how about if we go out and get a bite to eat? So first be a friend. That was my message today. Hello, Akila. She says, great day, everyone. And I think it's warmer where she is. She's down south in Georgia. And Judy says, hit the like button so this can reach more people. Okay. I'm not sure what the like button is. Sorry. I think you mean hit the heart. So I'm going to hit the heart or, oh, hit the like button. You're talking about the thumbs up button. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Judy. Yes. Everybody, thank you for the like button, the like of this video. And yes. And she says, yes, that's what it is. The like button is the thumbs up. Thumbs up, I used to love. I still love it. But sometimes I go, oh, I don't want anybody to think I'm, you know. So, yes, hit the like button. I like that much better. Thank you very much, Judy. And the more likes I get, the more people this will reach. And this is important, this message. I think they all are, but this one, we so misunderstand. We see twin flame, soulmate is just romantic, and it's so much more than romance. Fran says, hello, beautiful Diana from Francine. Ah, Francine, we just talked earlier, didn't we? Assuming it's the same Francine, and I'm going to guess it is. And you're out in sunny California, so you're getting lots of sunshine. And again, thank you so much for that like button. Also, the thumbs up. Thank you for your comments. We answer questions that you all send in to us. You can put them in the comments. You can email me. And those of you, by the way, who have asked about private sessions, all that information is on my website, which is just my name. And that's right below in the comments between the video and the comment section, just right below. Just go ahead. And I see lots of hearts coming up that you're sending hearts. So go ahead and give me a call. But if you have a question about what we do in readings, or if you have a question, we can do pretty much anything. Or if you have a question about the costs or any of that, just it's all on the website. And you want to set up a session for private, give me a call. That's the easiest way. Below in the comments, though, put your questions. We leave those of a general nature, so they're of interest to the whole community. Anyway, let's get moving here. So here's our question for this week. What is the difference between twin flame, soulmate, and soul family? Also, what does it mean when we meet a twin flame, soulmate, or someone from our soul family? Here we go. Phillip says, we shall begin at the beginning. And we do mean the beginning. That's Philip's sense of humor. In the beginning, there was only the wind blowing. This was the only energy. Here we are speaking of Earth and her universe. There are other universes of which we shall not speak of today. From the wind energy, Earth was formed. Then single cells were formed. As the energy grew in the single cells, they burst into two cells. These two cells then grew and burst, each into two cells, and so on. From the original cells grew trees and animals and humans. Of course, humans did not arrive as the humans you know today. They evolved from cells that began in water because land creatures became land creatures and are now what you see today. Remember this if you are foolish enough to think humans are not continuously evolving into the next development. And we've talked about that in another video. Single cells are still creating new cells that then grow and divide and create new clusters that then form into humans. Each human is a soul that evolved from a single cell. All those who evolve from the cell is part of that soul family. Soul families are quite like human families. You are drawn to some family members and not others. With soul families, you are drawn to those you have a cell division with. If you split with a cell, you will have a deep connection. This you call a twin flame or twin soul. The soulmates are only slightly removed. They are the cells that created your closest cells, the ones who split to create you and the ones who were created by splits from you and your twin soul flame, or what we would call your twin cell. We realize for many the terms twin flame, twin soul, as well as soulmate have come to represent a romantic partner. This can be the case because there is a cellular attraction when twin souls or soulmates come together. There is also a cellular recognition with close members of your soul family. We must say, however, the reason for familiar souls to come together goes much deeper than romance, as it is thought of in the modern world. Each soul family has a mission. Within each soul family are groups that have different aspects of the mission. The older the family, the greater the mission. Keep in mind the original cell, those closest to it, are the oldest. This says that within each soul family, there are different ages, experiences, and tasks. Newer families are those who have created themselves more recently. Again, this is not so different from human families. Many, not all, but many human families are of the same soul family. Now let's return to soulmates and twin souls. Remember, the closer you are to the cell from which you split or grow, the greater the attraction. This also brings you together in multiple lifetimes, which also enhances the cellular memory. The purpose for coming together is for love to erupt so the two of you will do the healing work you have agreed to do. This may be healing on a personal level or a universal level. For example, a personal level may be to teach one another about love, to heal wounds from other lives, or to have a child together because in another life you destroyed that child, or to love the other because you were enemies in another life. The reasons for coming together are vast and varied. You may or may not spend this lifetime together. You may or may not accomplish that which you agreed to before coming into human form. Whether coming together with a twin soul, a soulmate, or a member of your soul family, the connection will be felt. Of course, the soul family will not be felt as strongly as the other two, yet there will be a recognition. As you interact in your life with the members of multiple soul families, some older and wiser, some newer and learning, you will always have support from members of your soul family, both those in human form and spirit form. Remember, within each soul family, there is the original cell, the one of wisdom. Some call this original cell God. It is the original cell of your ancestor from which you evolved after millions of years and will continue to evolve as new soul families come forth. Wendy says, your conversation with Phillip in the email today was very helpful. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate hearing that. I have a blog out there on my website with lots of articles and some conversations with Phillip. It's free. My newsletter is free. You just have to sign up for it. And again, you can do that by going to the website. We do Sacred Circle once a month, the last Friday of the month by Zoom, which I know some of you are always a part of that, and I'm always happy to have you. We keep the group relatively small, and sometimes too small, or really small. But you're always welcome. There is a fee for that. It's just $20. It helps pay for Zoom. So if you want a private reading, get a hold of me and we'll set you up either by phone or by Zoom. And again, general questions, just put them in the comments below or email them to me and I'll get them. Thank you. I am so excited to see all of you from all over the country and all over the world. Thank you. And I hope what Phillip has said here has been of help to you as well. All right, there we go. I heard right. If you heard right, we're in the same intuitive line here. If you heard left, or intuitive energy, if you heard left, that's a message you need to pay attention to. So on the right, it's page 241. Beethoven was without hearing, and yet he heard music. Beethoven was without hearing, and yet he heard music. Oh, my friends, We can create, we can tap into that intuition. Next week, by the way, next Friday, we're going to talk about the Akashic records and what that is. And should you or should you not tap into that and go there? Do you need to? What's that all about? We'll look at that next week. But for this week, remember Beethoven was without hearing, and yet he heard music. And that says to me, Philip is telling us create that which your heart desires. You can do it. Remember, Beethoven created phenomenal music. I love the symphony. And he couldn't hear. So here we go. If you heard this is page 240. So if you heard left, that's a message you need to pay attention to. Even free rent cost. Even free rent cost. All right, thank you. All right, let me catch up here. Wendy says, I can see the water connection as that's how we grow in the womb. Yes, thank you, Judy. Absolutely. And Jacaranda, thank you. Just want to say Jakarta. Forgive me, but Jacaranda says, thank you so much for sharing. And Sheila says, thank you, Diana. Oh, you guys, thank you. Really, thank you, because honestly, you do keep me doing this. If I thought I was just talking to the wind or just to Piper, I probably wouldn't do it. So believe me, your feedback means a lot, and I'm so grateful for it. So we'll see you again. The newsletter is available. That's free, and it's one article, and then also I put some links to a blog that's connected to the main article. And I always try to also add a picture, and a lot of those pictures are from around where I live. And sometimes I put a link to a YouTube. Somebody, you have asked me about Piper's stories. I kind of got off the track, and I've got to get back to writing Piper Tells Me More Stories. Yes, we are going to turn it into a book. I just have to get busy on it, and I apologize. Akila says, thank you so much. And Wendy says, thank you, Diana and Phillip. Thank you all. I love you. Next week, I will see you Friday. And if you haven't had a chance to listen to the predictions for February, that's on the website. I love you all from Little Piper and I. Thank you. Thank you for the love you add to the world. And thank you for the love you receive from us and that you give to us. Remember, if you breathe in, you have to receive. If you breathe out, you have to give. We need both, to give and to receive. Thank you, my friends. Love you so much. Bye for now.